Today, I speak of something that seems trivial, almost laughable, and yet it carries within it the same mystery that lies at the heart of human psychology. I speak of forgetting names. Yes, my friend, that ordinary embarrassment you feel when you cannot recall the name of an acquaintance, a place, a book, even though you know it very well. You say, "It slipped my mind." You laugh, you dismiss it. But I ask you, did it truly slip, or was it pushed away? The common illusion. Most people imagine that forgetting a name is simply a failure of memory, a technical error. You did not sleep enough. You were distracted. The brain misfired. But I do not accept this excuse. My investigations into the unconscious have shown me that forgetting is rarely innocent. You forget, yes, but you forget with purpose. The purpose of forgetting. Listen carefully. A name that is important to you, that carries meaning, will rarely vanish. But a name that is tied to an unpleasant association, an unspoken desire, a guilty thought, that name is the first to disappear. You think you forgot by chance. I tell you, you forgot because you wished to forget. Not consciously, of course. Consciously, you wish to remember. You struggle. You tap your forehead. You say, "Ah, it is on the tip of my tongue." But in your unconscious, there is resistance. The unconscious whispers, "No, this name is dangerous. This name awakens a thought you do not wish to face." And so, it is repressed. A young man once came to me and confessed that he had forgotten the name of a famous painter while conversing with friends. He knew the name very well, but in that moment it vanished completely. Why this name? Why at this time? As I questioned him, it became clear. The painter's name resembled the surname of a rival who had recently humiliated him in business. He had repressed his resentment toward this rival, and so, when he reached for the painter's name, his unconscious blocked it. It was not memory's failure. It was memory's obedience to repression, the struggle to recall. Have you noticed the peculiar sensation of struggling to recall a forgotten name? It feels as if the name is right there, hiding just beyond reach, dancing at the edge of your tongue. Why does this struggle feel so intense? Because it is a battle. Your conscious mind pulls, but your unconscious resists. One part of you wants to remember, another insists on forgetting. And often, instead of the correct name, you recall a substitute, a similar name. A related word, something close but not exact. This substitute is not random. It is the unconscious offering you a compromise. I will not give you what you want, but I will give you something related. Something that points in the direction of what you repress. Think now of your own life. Have you ever forgotten the name of someone you dislike, while easily recalling the names of others? Have you ever forgotten the title of a book that once moved you, because remembering it would awaken feelings you do not wish to face? Have you ever forgotten the name of an ex, though you once spoke it daily? Was it memory's weakness? Or was it your unconscious shielding you from pain? These are not coincidences. They are messages, the deeper meaning. You see, forgetting is not absence. It is presence in disguise. The very act of forgetting reveals what you wish to hide. In psychoanalysis, we do not ask only, "What did you forget?" We ask, "Why this and not that? Why now and not later?" The answer is always the same, because the unconscious chose it. Names and identity. A name is more than a label. It is bound to identity, memory, emotion. To forget a name is to resist acknowledging the identity it represents. Consider this. A man forgets the name of another man who once defeated him in competition. By forgetting the name, he symbolically denies the man's existence. His unconscious says, "If I do not speak his name, he does not exist for me." Do you see the cunning? Forgetting becomes an act of aggression. Or imagine a woman who forgets the name of a place where she suffered humiliation. By forgetting, she symbolically erases the humiliation. In this way, forgetting is never passive. It is active. It is the unconscious rewriting reality. The comedy of forgetting. But why, you ask, does forgetting so often provoke laughter? Because the unconscious truth is faintly visible behind the veil. You and those around you sense that your forgetting is not innocent. And laughter, as always, is the mask for discomfort. We laugh when the unconscious speaks too loudly. The tip of the tongue. That peculiar phrase, on the tip of my tongue. It fascinates me. It describes the very tension of repression. The name exists, fully intact, inside your memory. But it cannot pass through the gate. Your unconscious stands guard. You feel it pressing against the gate. You feel the struggle. That is why the sensation is so frustrating, so peculiar. It is not memory's weakness. It is memory's imprisonment. The slip of substitutes. Now, recall what I said earlier. Sometimes, when you cannot recall the correct name, you produce a substitute. These substitutes are windows into the unconscious. A patient once tried to recall the name of an Italian city. Instead, he kept repeating a word that was similar in sound, but carried a meaning connected to his private fears. By analyzing the substitute, we uncovered the repressed memory that had blocked the true name. The substitute was the disguise, the mask. Thus, even forgetting becomes a form of remembering. Though distorted, the emotional core. Here lies the true secret. You forget not because the name is unimportant, but because it is too important. Every forgotten name is tied, directly or indirectly, to something emotionally charged. Guilt, shame, fear, love, rivalry, longing. These are the forces that erase names from your tongue. And so, the act of forgetting is never neutral. It is always personal. Resistance in daily life. Now perhaps you understand why. When you are introduced to someone new and immediately forget their name, it is not simply poor memory. Ask yourself, what impression did this person make on me? Did they remind me of someone else? Did they awaken in me a feeling, perhaps attraction, perhaps hostility, that I preferred not to notice? In forgetting their name, your unconscious shields you. A story of my own. Permit me a confession. Once, in my youth, I too forgot the name of a city I knew well. At first, I laughed, embarrassed. But upon reflection, I discovered why. That city was connected in my mind to an unpleasant personal memory. My unconscious, faithful servant of repression had erased the name in order to protect me. This is why I tell you, I do not stand above you. The laws of the unconscious apply to us all. The larger principle. What, then, is the lesson? That in the smallest details of daily life, the forgotten name, the slip of the tongue, the misplaced object, the unconscious reveals itself. We are not masters of our memory. We are not even masters of our speech. The unconscious, silent and invisible, directs us more than we care to admit. To forget a name is to confess, without words, that something within you resists. Closing words. So the next time you forget a name, pause. Do not dismiss it as fatigue or coincidence. Ask yourself, what is this forgetting trying to protect me from? Forgetting is not emptiness. It is meaning in disguise. And if you dare to listen to your forgetting, you may learn more about yourself than from your remembering. I am Sigmund Freud, and I tell you this, even your forgetfulness remembers.